Welcome back, everyone. My name's Elle White. I am here with my co-host, Kat Fedor, and this is the Feminine Warrior. Yes, this is the Feminine Warrior. So I would love to talk about retreats.
Yes.
Especially as I'm starting to feel this real, like, fire horse CEO energy, like things starting to poke out from the ground, right? Mm-hmm. I want to ask you, Kat, how was your experience on my retreat in January? I want to know.
Well, I absolutely loved it. I think it's something that we all need as women to get away from the craziness in our life, to be able to put everything away for a little bit, to just focus on each other, on our inner world, because, you know, we need to express it to feel better about it. And I think it was really nice healing circles where we talked about a lot of our traumas, and we've learned that we all have like the same trauma. Yes. So I walked away with a lot more compassion and empathy for the person next to me, because we all carry, like, we all had like a common thread of the same thing, and then like a lot of similarities with past traumas, and the reason that, you know, like this trauma has caused me to not trust women, or, you know, someone might resent their parents, and then what that caused. So there's like subsequent causes for these things. And I think it was very cool to like have that safe space without judgment, to be able to, and no one has to fix it. You know, it's just kind of like when the environment is right, that emotion will come up to heal when it feels safe.
Yes.
I think that safe container is what you provided for all of us, and it's so powerful.
And that is the point. Like, as a facilitator, that is the point for me to create this environment, right? Where it's like, it's our own little planet for the weekend, you know, and we're all here in this together, and we're bonding through activities that are fun, as well as, you know, our circles. I hope you noticed how it was like, okay, now we're gonna laugh, you know, right to back up. And then, you know, we go into, you know, sharing and relating for a while, and working on ourselves and doing that shadow work. And then we come up and we paint ourselves with mud, and we're laughing.
Those activities, making the perfume oil with all the essential oils and being creative. And you know, the weather was bad, so we didn't really get to enjoy like the backyard. We were like in that house. We didn't leave. We had everything we needed. Amber was so amazing to not have to think about what to eat, what to cook. You know what a relief that is for me in particular? That's such mental gymnastics. So thank you, Amber. We loved
Amber Dawn, the avocado gypsy. Here's your plug, girl. Because that was such a huge part. And to know that everything you're getting is, for you, very importantly, vegan, you know, organic, and it's fresh, and it's beautiful, and it tastes beautiful. Everything she made was just such a delicious, perfect creation. So
and then there were snacks in between, and all this beautiful. Oh, and the cacao ceremony we had, it was so beautiful. And then we all just got to dance around and like loosen up, and I think that was a really fun moment.
We ended up doing acro yoga. I loved that Maya started to facilitate that. It's because like, until you get in that space, you don't know what, you know, people's little magic is going to pop out.
How did she know to jump? I was laying on the floor and I was like, you guys dance around me. And then she just jumped on and just knew that I was a good base for acro, because I have done that. And I was like, how did she know?
And it was so fun for me, because I've never done that. And I took that out into my life. Charlie and I, my daughter and I, we do acro together now in the living room. And it's a fun thing we can do. And that's something else that I wanted to bring to you guys. Things and tools for your toolbox that you can take home and that you can integrate into your life. So I tried to give, you know, a pretty big toolbox. I think I crammed a lot into the weekend, actually, but, you know, I hoped that, you know, some of the things that I taught you, even little like pieces of things, you know, like about essential oils, or about sound healing, or about, you know, like things maybe in yoga practice that, you know, you didn't know, or like, you know, whatever it is that you got to take that home and kind of. Have you?
Yeah, I have. So the sound healing, with the vocal, we did like the different sounds for the different chakras, and we just went like, om, you know, a lot of different kinds of ohms and ahms and vams and yams. The whole room was vibrating, this beautiful choir, and then all the women were in different places, so it sounded like this surround sound. Everyone had a different tone, and there was no wrong or right tone or anything, but it was just so cathedral-like, and I do I drive because no one can hear me.
Right.
Sometimes I'll do it, but then I have to watch out because I'm like you get like high.
Yeah,
from
you
that.
do.
And I'm like, I gotta watch the road.
It's breath work as well.
Is. Yeah, I'm
it
like,
is.
maybe
And
that's
so
not the place.
You're getting like some DMT release while you're driving, and it's really safe.
Maybe pull over. But I like that.
Don't
I'm
worry.
in a car, and I have privacy. If I really want, I could just drive somewhere, roll up my windows, and do that. And so that's something I did take away.
Yeah, I love to hear that.
And obviously more empathy and compassion for other humans. As a vegan, I have so much compassion for animals, and I absolutely try to extend that to humans as well as much as possible, because I feel like, a lot of people aren't empathetic towards each other. They don't think like what this person might have gone through that day or this year, or like that, what was their last straw? Maybe that conversation they had with you, that negative conversation could have been that last straw that made them do something crazy, like, and go to that addiction, or I'm going off.
It's okay.
Random things,
It's okay.
but you never know. Like, so I think everything's like a butterfly effect too.
It is. And we have to really be mindful of how we connect with others and how that impacts their life experience too. Because and I am constantly, I have a few patterns that I go back to with communication where it's like, I have to remember that even if I just take that pause before I respond, right, to someone, how that could impact the way that I communicate and relate to them.
They say like 3 seconds.
Yeah, right. And so it's like, how everything affects everything, right? It does.
Yeah, I think especially with a difficult conversation, like let's say someone just became like a little hostile or said something that made you a little triggered. Pause, 3 seconds. That rule is like, it helps you like gather your thoughts, control your censor yourself, and I think that's so powerful.
I do this even in conversation in public because I don't care what I do, right? And like, it's for me, not for you, in my experience, so I'm a better human. But I find during those moments, I'll actually place my hand on my heart and try to listen there. Because then I'm removing all my ego, because I might become reactive if someone is maybe being triggered in front of me. I don't want to do that, right? So I want to make sure that I listen and I really hear where that might actually be coming from. And it's subsequently, I'm grounding myself before I reply. So I've started doing this, especially in difficult conversations. This is a newer practice for me, actually.
Yeah, your energy enters the room first.
Right, exactly. Lovely. It's okay.
They're not real.
I need a little wheelchair for it. Like,
It's all a scam.
it is just
not
all fake.
real. It's
Doesn't
just
real
decoration.
doesn't mean anything.
This is all made of foam.
It's made of nothing and everything all at once.
This is what I actually use to photograph women on the retreats. It's all make believe.
Right. Yeah.
Just like this whole
create
you were saying
product
this
with your
whole,
mind.
You were sitting with ayahuasca last week.
Yes.
And the takeaway was, you told me earlier, and it was brilliant. And I think the whole world should see or hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had a very vulnerable experience, and I do strongly believe that, for one, the container where you are, your environment is one of the most important things to being with plant medicine. And I was very, very blessed to be with our dear friend Marlis, and her sister, her best friend of 20 years, in a room together. And they created a beautiful ceremony for me.
Wow.
It was amazing, very private. I think that's the only way that I could have done it. So that was one thing. And I also truly believe that the medicine calls you, right? So
Yeah.
Because sometimes there is a point where you go through life and you've experienced a lot of traumas, maybe potentially over your life. And sometimes you have to store those traumas because, unfortunately, that you may be in survival mode. You may be in a place where it's not safe for you to process those emotions. You might put them on the back burner. A lot of us do that. Everyone does it.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
And sometimes those can build up and build up and build up and build up until you realize, like, I'm tired every day. I'm not seeing colors. I'm just depressed. I'm carrying. You realize you're carrying. And I think that is the purpose of this medicine. One of the primary purposes of this medicine is to help to actually release a lot of those things.
Wow.
And, you know, it's soothing medicine. It's very gentle in addition to the rip, right? It's like you do get this massive pulling out of everything and you see it all. You grieve yourself. You know, all those unprocessed, repressed things come out to play with you. But Pachamama's there.
Yeah. Yes.
And she's holding you gently at the same time.
Did you feel happy, sad? Were you grieving? Did you cry?
I
What was everything?
Yeah. I didn't expect the experience. I knew I was ready for it because it does take a certain amount of bravery to put yourself in that place where you realize, okay, my life, you know, I would like to kind of get back some of my sense of my childhood and wonder, and, you know, there's a lot of things that you start to notice. Yeah, so I grieved a lot. I mean, I grieved only having my child half the time. You know, I grieved the little girl inside of me who didn't, you know any better. And I grieved, you know, I grieved the girl who felt that she needed to get breast implants. You know?
I can't even tell.
Yeah, well, you know.
Whatever.
Whatever, to each their own. But like eventually I realized that. And it was so crazy how I noticed those things in my body. Like I know that's so crazy, right? But it's like
these are all little things.
All these little things, right?
Wow.
It's like I was so hurt. I was so unhealed in my masculine that I felt like I needed to get a surgery to feel more feminine. Like that is horrible. And your body holds on to the trauma of that too. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily wrong, but I wish that I would have had a better tool set because
I mean, now you see why.
I would have loved myself more. You know?
Yeah, you just see like how it came to be and why. You see the veil is lifted.
Right, but it's all part of the journey of learning why and leading to healing. So, yeah, and I mean, I grieved lost family, which I didn't realize was going to come up for me.
Wow.
Not only like with my own, you know, immediate family members, but the family that I left behind, you know, when I left my daughter's dad. And friendships even. And people that have left, that I felt left too soon, intentionally. You know, that's happened to me multiple times in my life. And so there was a lot of grief for me. And I think, like, you have my medicine never leaves you. And so this whole week has been my week of lessons continuing to land, realizations continue, you know.
You have these new goggles.
And at first it was so hard. Cool. The day after, I had to pick up my daughter. And the next day after the ceremony, and I didn't sleep well because you still going through it, like for hours after you close your eyes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we were in ceremony for almost 5 hours.
Wow.
So you go into like a time vortex, like you don't know, right?
Yeah.
But
did it feel longer?
It felt longer only because of, I think, what I went through during. And just the magnitude of that. And there was a time where I wanted to stop the ceremony, actually.
Yeah.
And we all held hands and we decided together that we would not.
Can you stop it?
I mean, you can just go take a cold shower. Yeah. It'll bring you out of it. Yeah. We were going to, I mean, you continue with the doses. I experienced 2. We were going to do 3rd, but we didn't.
I see.
Yeah.
How long does one dose last? Like you take the first dose. How long does it take to kick in? And then how long does it last? And how do you know it's time for the next dose, if you don't mind?
No, that's a very good question. You're meant to eat very light the whole week prior to that. I mean, you have fruit during the ceremony and before because it helps quicken it into your bloodstream, but it also helps your blood sugar, and it's also just very clean. So like your insides are meant to be, you know, pretty pure before as you go into the ceremony.
Absolutely.
So that way it hits within, I would say, 20 minutes.
Wow,
I started to feel very fast. Yeah. And I think that first dose lasted a couple hours. The second one was longer and way more intense.
And as you layer it up, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. My body is extremely sensitive because I'm an extremely healthy person. And I'm just a sensitive person as it is.
Fine-tuned.
Yeah, it's very fine-tuned.
I agree with that. And I think a lot of people use drugs as a party thing, and they're totally not. They're very deep spiritual work
Purposeful.
and inner work. And I believe that you do need proper preparation like that, because you don't want any blockage.
No.
You don't want to feel unwell. I think all these precautions are there so you have the best experience possible.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't vomit as much.
I didn't at all.
Yeah, I think same with like psilocybin. If you eat fruit, you're lighter that day, you'll have a different experience, better. And environment is everything.
Yeah.
And that's life. Like, that's a great lesson to take to everything. The people you're around, the topics you talk about. It's not just the food you eat.
It's all what you consume,
mental
what you
food,
take in. Yeah,
the
you also
people,
become that. Yeah.
how they make you feel. Your environment, is it cluttered? Does it have like nice, all that stuff?
What you watch online,
affects
what you
you.
scroll. Yeah. All of it affects you.
The clothes you wear, the frequency of the clothes, the material, everything is crazy. This world we live in is just like, it's all there to like overwhelm you if you really let it.
Yeah.
We're not meant to take on the problems
We're
that are
not
all
meant
going
to
on at
have
once.
this little thing that gives us everything.
I know.
Like
the phone.
Yeah, the phone. This little thing.
So if they're listening on the audio podcast, that's why I was just saying that.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Like we're having all these different distractions, one to the next, and then we just forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people, myself included, avoided that like for so long because I have so many distractions. But that made me realize like, how the Matrix keeps us in is because we become reliant on every other thing, right?
Yes. We're looking for
every single
validation.
Distraction, validation, every time.
It's all divisive.
Yeah.
It's we should also look at how we have more things in common than differences. Everything's there to divide you. Like, I'm a Gemini, you're a Libra, I'm this football team, that football team, this religion, that religion. But in actuality, we all bleed red.
It's the truth.
And there's many things that we have more in common. Like, we have very similar needs.
Yes.
Like all of us, we need love, compassion, peace, shelter, safety.
Yes. Yeah.
Healthy food and, community.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part that's missing.
It is.
That's why these retreats are so amazing.
Right, because community, it brings you back to kind of to that baseline, especially these retreats where it's like, okay, this is your base need. This is how we were as cave people.
Yeah,
in the very,
needs.
very beginning, we were in a community. I mean, we joked about, the period cave, right? Where they sent the women to have their moon together, right?
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and it brings you, and I want to bring back to movement, to breath, to everything that is basically inherent and connects every single one of us. Because that is like, that's like I said, the platform, for expression, the platform for safety, the platform for containment, is that you have every single one of your needs met. And it's so sad how we live in this world where we think, this consumerism world, right, where we think we need all these external things, right?
Yeah.
But instead, what we really need comes from inside of us. And it's like this world tries to pull us away from that.
Yeah.
Like, I grieved that during my sit.
This is so interesting and very, I did LSD once, and we had a notebook and we wrote things down, and I was so obsessed with my work and photography, and I wrote down, I am not my camera. Like, who cares? If I just let it go, I was easily like letting it go. Like, we always look for ourselves in objects and things. We try to define it. We're trying to look for ourselves in things, material things, or others, or the outfit, the style. But we hardly look inside. And God is so clever.
Yes.
He hid
right inside us. And we're like, where are you, God?
Where are you, God?
Have you seen that? Did you read that book when you were a kid? Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
No, but that sounds familiar.
Yeah, they made a movie about it, I think, more recently. I want to watch it. I want to watch it. It's so funny. But anyway, it's like, and how sad is it that that's intentional?
Yeah.
Oh, that breaks my heart. And that some people don't realize that breaks my heart even more because they're so caught up in it all.
Yeah.
And you can't, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And then, so I just so value women like you who choose to come to that place. who choose to come back to the baseline, you know, because it's not easy in this world. How difficult is it for us to just sit there and for us to let feelings move through our body?
I think we grew up in a different time too. Like, I feel so old saying that. But yeah, we're millennials. Like, I'm a 1986 baby. So this is my year to be the big 4-0.
Yes.
And my generation, we grew up without the telephone. We grew up before the floppy disk. I think we just like had...
It was new. I was born in 90. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we played outside. You know, we had the life before technology. We're at the cusp. We see how it changed, and I think it's our generation is so important that we preserve, we share this way of life that we've lived, and the values that we have. It gets passed on because this is lost now. Kids don't go outside. We are afraid that they're gonna get kidnapped or worse, and then. I don't know what's worse than that.
I know. My daughter wears a tracker.
Oh my God.
But I feel she has to, and that's terrifying.
I think that's a great idea as a parent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? So we just live in a different time, and I think there's a lot of things that are lost that it's up to our generation to kind of preserve and like bring to light. And you know, we have a powerful voice, and we need to use it. So if you're out there, you're a millennial, you have some wisdom to share, maybe now's the best time. Because, you know, I love a platform like YouTube. Like, it's there. You can post as a new creator, you can post a video, and it can go viral and change your life.
Right.
And you know, you don't have to know how to make viral videos. Just be yourself. Speak to how you speak to one person on the other side of the camera. You know, you're speaking your story. People remember stories over facts.
Yes.
So facts tell, stories sell.
Yes.
So if you want to sell something, share your story.
Yeah.
And, you know, because that's how we connect. That someone can't relate to a race car driver. They're not race car drivers. They relate to the emotion that they went through as they lost or as they won. So I think what's lacking is also that connection to emotion.
Yes.
With people. We're afraid to like be recorded. Now, I realized young people now don't go dancing in the clubs because they're afraid they're going to be recorded. You know, if they dance funny, if you're a guy and you hit on a girl, you get rejected, it's going to be recorded. Or there's cameras everywhere. So I had no idea of this factor. Like, this is like a big thing. Like, there's cameras everywhere, so people are afraid to like
I had no idea about
themselves.
this.
Yeah, it's a different generation.
That makes me so sad.
Very, very sad. So remember our days, we went to the club, we were dancing on speakers, and there were no cameras. There's no documentation
Shaking
of
my
evidence
ass on the
of us
couch.
on the bar. Like, we, you know,
yeah, that too.
we lived a crazy different life. Nothing was recorded.
Right.
You know, no one had access to us. Like, our phones were our landlines at home, and no one had access to us once we left the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to us? I think, like, that's also what's keep making us feel like something's wrong. We're like depressed, like
because it is.
Our childhood, we were promised a different life, you know,
right?
And it's just
and
crazy.
I still ache for that life. Like, beautiful friend in my set. She has a 2-month-old baby. She's married, partner, like supports her, like all this, and I was just like, how blessed are you?
Yeah,
not in any envy, of course, but that's what I long for. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, that's what I long for. Just that basic divine union, bro.
It's your birthright.
It's your birthright.
That's the Holy Trinity, I think.
Yeah.
The man, woman, and God, right?
It is.
I think that's what we're looking for.
3 is my favorite number.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Because it is. 1 is the masculine, 2 is the feminine, 3 is the child. Yeah.
Many ways to look at this.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm still searching. I'm not searching. I'm becoming a magnet, and I'm coming back to myself, remembering, right?
May this love
I am
find
too.
Elle. May the best love find Elle, please.
Please. But you know what? Something's funny, also crazy. So during the set, I went into the bathroom. Like, I was like in between, right? And I saw myself as a crone in the mirror.
What?
A wise woman. I saw myself. I looked in the mirror.
Crone?
I saw myself old cat.
Wait, you looked in the mirror
Yes.
on site? Oh no, you're not supposed to.
Well, I wanted
Did you
to. I
like
know I
it?
wasn't supposed to.
What do you
I
think about
wanted to
it?
be with it.
Oh.
I was me.
This, yeah. Wow.
Because it's like, I'm 35 years young, right? Wow. And it's like, you see yourself change over time, gradually.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm starting to get to this point in my life where I've been here for about half my life. No, but no, but you know, it's like I'm starting to gain wisdom.
Yes.
Because of my experiences. And so, I mean, I've had dreams about myself, like, delivering babies in Colombia.
Whoa.
And I've become okay with, you know, being single forever. Like, and just having a community.
Yeah.
And it was crazy to see myself that way.
Oh.
But I was also exciting. I said to Warless, I just remember this right now. I told her, I'm like, I can't wait to be an old lady.
Oh my God.
That was so healing for me.
That's so cute.
Because I have never said that. Like, you wouldn't think.
You
wouldn't,
like
10 years ago, me?
You don't want to like hurry to get there in a way. But when you do, you're going to be like, hey girl, you know.
Right?
Hey,
and then you're going to look back at, you know, your
Yeah.
Playboy magazine from 2020.
Yeah, dude. I love that. That's why I love photography. You just look back at this, you just encapsulate this era of you. And like, there's so many versions of us as we grow, as we age, or gracefully or not, you know. That's why like documentation is so like valuable to me. And we can't freeze time, but a picture, that's what it does. A video, that's what it does. You're kind of creating this capsule that you can revisit, because let's be real, like our memories will fade one day. We're going to get old. Some of us have memory issues. Like even the memories that you think you have of your childhood, they might have like
I totally
changed.
have early onset dementia or something. I mean, it's
God,
probably
don't
just
say
that.
that.
No.
Say that.
Anyway, something beautiful that my mom did for us
Yeah.
was she made scrapbooks for all of us kids. And so ever since Charlie was born, I have like every 6 to 9 months, I will do a Shutterfly order of prints.
Beautiful.
Of
I love
everything on my
Shutterfly.
phone. And I mean, I have boxes and boxes.
That's
Even
so
at this point, she's
good.
only 7. But I want her to have all that.
Bro, like our digital stuff on our phone, like that just, where does it go? How do we enjoy it in a tactile way? Like that's so cool. I love that you do that. That's so cool.
Right. I think that's so important. And that's a millennial thing that like nobody does anymore. Because I'm like, quite personally, I don't want anyone to have my phone when I die. Actually, Kat, can you be my electronics designee?
Okay, we'll reset your phone.
When I die, no, just burn it.
Drop it in the, well...
No, don't put it in the
Well,
ocean.
wherever's the most eco-friendly way to get rid of it.
Eco-friendly. Yes, because no one needs to see that shit.
Who cares? Yeah, no one needs to see mine either. Just so you know.
Okay.
Not that I have anything in there.
Not that we have anything to hide,
It's just
but it's very an odd, eclectic mishmash, I'm sure. All the important things have been shutterflied.
A lot of photos, a lot of videos.
Yeah.
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 Crypto. So, speaking of documentation, let's talk about the retreat. I think so. I am excited for my upcoming retreat as well.
Yes.
We are the retreat women here.
We are now.
We collaborate. We have our own retreats. We're just like in the retreat world because we believe community is so important.
Yes.
And hands-on experiences. And also, I just love what I'm offering. Like, hear me out.
You're obsessed with it. You should be.
Yeah,
Me
because
too.
I literally lived it, and I'm like, why can't I curate this experience for other people? So I love going to Costa Rica, for example. It's also called the Creator's Atlas.
Yes.
My wedding business is Love Atlas, and this is Creator's Atlas, because I'm also going to do different locations around the world, not just Costa Rica, but we're going to birth it in Costa Rica because it's one of my favorite places in the world, and I could just like guide anyone in there very easily. And what I want to do is have like a beautiful Airbnb that's aesthetic as well, with like-minded women entrepreneurs who have a launch. They want to sell their course or whatever it is that they do. We're going to create a video that's a legacy video that they use to talk about their product, their brand, that lives on their website, that does the work, because I believe that's so powerful.
Yes.
And then also photos. So we're going to batch everything in a few days, 3 to 4 days retreat.
Beautiful bundle for a beautiful brand bundle.
Yes, in paradise.
Yeah, in paradise.
So you're going to have a fun time. You don't have to worry about what to do with the technical stuff. I got it. I got the cameras. I'll guide you. I'll help pose you. I'll even help brainstorm on how to use the content in a very useful way. We're going to optimize it for your brand, whether it's your style. You know, we're gonna like talk before the Creators Atlas retreat. We're gonna prep you, so we're gonna make sure you know what to pack. You're gonna know where to go, and all the little in between details. So you know, we'll do like a group thing where we'll get to know each other in like a group chat, and then you know, we'll have a nice few days to explore like the beautiful beaches. We'll do an excursion to the waterfall, and the whole time we're creating sunrise, sunset. You know, we'll have a lunch, coffee, dinner, and then we'll be brainstorming during those times and connecting and networking.
Connecting and also doing it together, you know, and getting the networks of every person that attends this retreat. Like, I wish this is something that I had, you know, because I'm like, so much trial and error, so many things that just didn't work, but I learned from it, you know, because I'm such a... it's hard to find those people to mentor you. And I think now this is really becoming such a relevant thing because now in this world, like, we are our brand, right?
Yes.
And so figuring out, first of all, who we are and then how we portray that to the world, it takes time. This is like such a jetpack opportunity, Kat.
Yes. We sometimes we want to like level up our identity. And you know, let me tell you, when they first land on your page, they look at your picture, that they formulate an opinion about you. So why not have like high quality? So if you want to attract someone to invest in you, maybe it's good to invest in yourself. I think that's when people see that, they're like, oh, she invested in herself. This must matter. And I feel like people, you know, will take it more seriously. Whatever you're offering, if you have quality visuals to match, I think it's like allowing you to step into this version that you meant to have. This is for the woman that's like ready to enter a new era. And of course, with the Costa Rica backdrop, it's going to be specific to someone that, you know, their business matches this visual aesthetic. Yeah, it should. And then we'll have the beautiful villa. So that's pretty nice, you know, and we'll have this beautiful Costa Rica effect, this glow about us, and that's what I want to capture. It's a real thing. Like, you go there,
I know, I believe it. I've been there twice.
Your hair,
you just feel better. And I mean, you're in such a like a healthier, like the food in Costa Rica is amazing.
I'm probably gonna have Amber come and
have Amber come.
I mean, absolutely. And then I'm going to see how I can try to get you to come and talk about something.
Sure. I have lots of things to talk about. I love talking. I have so many things.
Or like an activity or like heal us. Maybe like drop us into our beautiful feminine. You know, because I think that would be like a great way to like set the energy too. Like I'm gonna figure this out. We're gonna have a nice team.
We'll have a great team. Oh, I love our collaboration because I know it's like we help, and the way that we can experience this in a smaller scale, actually, and meet you, you know, is to come to my retreat
in Florida.
In March, the 15th through 17th in Tampa. Because Kat is there, we all do user-generated content. We're all creating in the weekend as well. And we all get a beautiful video to go home with because of you, and our facilitators and everyone who attends can have access to these things as well.
Sure thing.
So it's a good little...
You can share it. You'll be in, like, it's like a little documentary.
It is.
And it's not like when I did the first retreat with you guys, I didn't feel like it was like taking away too much. I didn't, you know, everything's private. So like if there was some private information like we're sharing, that's not being recorded. You know, it's just kind of like documenting beautiful visuals, and I think it turned out to be like a really cute, like beautiful piece of art, moving portraits.
Next time, I want to interview people.
Let's do it.
Okay. Yes. We'll do that during content creation.
I wanted to do that, but I think we
kind of we had a lot going on. I think we got a little, you know, there was a lot. It was I wanted to just give everyone so many tools and share so many things with you, and it was a full weekend, but it was paced so well. I loved the schedule because we kind of went, you know, like, okay, we're up here, we're having cacao and ecstatic dance, and so now we're journaling, and now we're, you know, doing shadow work and going into our limiting beliefs, and you know, or now we're doing yoga. What did this bring up for you in your body? You know, and like these waves of just how everything fluidly
it flowed really nice.
Yeah.
You didn't have to think, what do I have to do next now?
No.
There was always something to do. And it was just so nice not to think of like what to eat because Amber was cooking.
Yes.
That was such a like...
Amber Dawn, avocado gypsy.
We loved it.
Yeah.
And I want to know, this new location,
Yes.
it's also in Tampa.
It is in
But it's a
Tampa.
different house.
It's a different location. It's going to be more so of a Mediterranean villa.
Beautiful.
So very, like terracotta, like natural. Like the last house was like, it was a fun house is what it was.
Very colorful.
It was so colorful and vibrant and fun.
Yeah.
But this time we're bringing it more down to like a spa, thing, which is more so my vibe. I think it was funny. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. I mean, it was beautiful. And
Love it.
I can't wait for the video at this house though. And we have my very special friend, Christabel Joseph, visiting from Playa del Carmen. She's going to be co-facilitating. She's going to be using some of her systems that she teaches people. She's a coach, she's a leader, she's an entrepreneur, CEO. Hasea Homes is her business, where she teaches people, how to create like ecosystems within their own home. Ooh. She does a lot of intentional living, community, sisterhood type things as well. And she also teaches her methods. So she's going to come and share some of her knowledge and her wisdom with us. And it will be very, very special.
Sounds exciting.
Yes.
Very cool. I also want to talk about the retreat in Colombia because you want to create something with me.
Yes.
We're creating together a destination elopement experience. So like a weekend getaway for a couple where it's all guided. They're doing some work too to be prepared. So like maybe leading them through some ways to like have a better relationship.
Right.
I don't know.
Yes. I mean, it will be a curatable wedding retreat.
Yes.
Not just necessarily for elopements. I mean, also like small parties and people that really value that intimate, type of setting with their very closest people. And I think that it's going to be, this is something that tradition is, how we view tradition is changing. I think we are in this awakening of it's not always the way they tell us that we have to do it.
You're talking about weddings.
I'm talking about tradition and weddings.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not to bash traditional weddings at all. And elopement, the difference with an elopement is it's either just you and your partner or you and your partner and your mom and dad, your friends, your personal friend, like a handful of people.
Right.
It's just a smaller ceremony.
Yes.
And the benefit is you can choose a cooler location because we know venues are expensive.
Yes.
So actually they save money. Elopements are on average $5,000 versus a wedding is like 20 something or more.
Or more.
I might be off with the numbers, but it is because
I would say base.
Yeah, less catering, less people to cater to. The smaller the wedding, the cheaper it will be.
Yeah.
So you can actually splurge on your photographer, your videographer, maybe the beautiful Airbnb, your plane tickets to go somewhere. Maybe make that into like your honeymoon all wrapped in one.
Exactly.
It could feel, why doesn't it, why can't it feel like that? Like some people that benefit, who would be the type of person to elope? It's a couple that might be introverted. Maybe it's a couple whose relationship their families don't approve of. Maybe they just want privacy.
Yeah.
And I think the elopements give a lot of that. So, it could just be you two, the officiant, and someone to capture it.
Yeah.
And you also offer experiences like horseback riding,
exactly.
the coffee tours.
Yeah, people that are maybe in, more so like the holistic retreat space already, and they're like, I want this to be an intentional experience. Of course, I would like to ride a horse to a waterfall on my wedding. Like, why not? Let's get married in the waterfall.
You can get married right there, and you can do it because it's just the two of you. It's less cats to herd. You could do it at sunrise. You could do it at sunset. You could do it. You could have a whole day, and those pictures will come out so much better versus a rushed timeline for a wedding. Your elopement, it's your whole day. You have like 4 or 5 hours or more with your creator, photographer, and those pictures are going to come out way different. I mean, you're just there. It's focused on you two versus you trying to people please or like make sure everyone's okay during a wedding. Like, there's always the bride or groom is always just making sure everyone's okay.
It sounds energizing, to be honest, to have this experience versus, you know, playing host and hostess at your own wedding, forgetting to eat, you know, which means maybe you accidentally drink too much and, you know, every time, right? I used to plan weddings in New Mexico at a private club when I worked there for 6 years.
They never eat. The couple never eats.
They're so drunk. Yeah. Like, and it's like, and then the bad things, the bad little, you know, monsters come out to play.
Yeah. The more things that could go wrong. The more things you have, the more people, the more things that can go wrong.
Right.
And I've been very fortunate to have none of that. But I've noticed that, you know, all that planning and all that attention goes to detail, but the couple really doesn't get to enjoy it.
Right.
It's
and you
for
pay
everyone
all
else.
this money.
For one day.
So much money for one day that you might not even remember because you didn't eat and drank too much alcohol.
Right. So, which is like, even more important reason to get a photographer, a videographer to document it, because why, you know, your memory's going to fade. Like, you can't remember all those details, those textures, those patterns that you work so hard to pick.
Work so hard to choose for months of planning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems seems so much more like
if you do it a little bit, you could buy a better dress, a fancier dress.
Could.
You have more money for a dress.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Have more money for your house.
A vacation.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And I love the whole adventure part of it. Think of planning a wedding is like, right? Versus a trip. An elopement is more like planning vacation.
It is.
It's like planning an adventure.
Yes.
It's
I love
so
being in
different.
hospitality now from this aspect, right? Where I get to host people for this like very intentional, like very nourishing time.
Yeah.
Where this is like in the past, I'm like low-key a therapist. I'm low-key like, you know, mischief management. What is it like? Like, I am a firefighter. It was exhausting.
What did you do? Firefighting?
Firefighting. The fire putting outing.
Fire putting outing. Oh my gosh.
Like, that's what it is. And you have your little radio and you're like, where's the bride?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right. She's in the bathroom crying. She's not sure if she made the right decision. No.
Oh, have you really?
No, but that was actually me on my first.
Oh my God, that was actually me. Oh boy. Yeah, I've heard awful horror stories, you know, of like the groom just leaving or, you know, things like that.
Things happen.
Oh, the worst.
Or like the horse and carriage didn't arrive. It's because someone forgot to book it and I have an hour to find a horse and carriage, but I did.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's some magic. Wow.
Some stress.
Damn. So
Yeah.
Imagine.
So we'll have yoga classes at your wedding instead.
It's more of like just the two of you having a beautiful time and celebrating the two of you. The attention, you can actually pay attention to each other. And I think that's really what it's about. And not to bash bigger weddings or anything, but there's something for everyone. And, you know, I think it's great to know, because a lot of people feel like once I get married, I have to do all these things to please grandma, to please my culture.
And you have to think about all those things, right?
And that could probably repel someone from getting married. But knowing that there's this option of elopements, and we used to think, it's going to Vegas and getting married secretly. That's like the whole thing when we think of an elopement.
Elvis
An elopement
Presley
is
Chapel.
planned.
Yeah.
You can plan this out as far in advance as you want. You can go to Africa. You can go to Antarctica. You can, you know, have a helicopter ride for your wedding. You could actually go and, you know, jump out of, I'm not sure if I'm going to jump out of an airplane.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah. You can go surfing on your wedding day and get that captured with the drone and like, hello.
Of course. Why would you not? Exactly, right? Like, why would you not do that? Like,
if you're an adventure-minded person.
That's a great,
this is for you. And I think this is great for people who are also a little bit shy. You know, maybe they don't want like all the eyes and attention of a big room looking at them all day. 150 people looking at you. Like, if that's not your vibe, maybe elopement is your thing.
Right. So to sum that all up, this is going to be part of an offering at the Heart of Columbia.
Yes. We are so excited. So directly message us for more information.
Directly.
Thank you. What are you obsessed with in 1 minute, go.
Okay, what am I obsessed with right now? So I am obsessed with, my obsession has been duality, right? Because my interest and my professional and my coaching offering is about divine feminine healing. And we've always discussed the masculine and the feminine. During my ayahuasca sit, polarity and duality became more clear to me than they have ever been in my life, right? The in-between, the liminal, which is my favorite word, right?
That's cool. Yeah.
And so it's like, I just really had so much gratitude and came to this realization of source, that I am everything and nothing all at once. I'm what's in between. I'm the magic. Everything is, right? Oh, and just like how we are all here and how.
Yeah.
Right? And how beautiful that is and how amazing that is.
It's incredible. I love when people say why or how. I say why not?
I love that.
Why not?
Well, yeah, I mean, those words, why and how, that's source, right?
Why
we don't need to
not?
worry about that. We don't need to be worrying about why or how.
Yes.
We just, and that's another thing that was a huge takeaway for me. So that's what I'm obsessed with right now.
Aww.
Being right here. Yeah.
It's all we got is the
Right.
moment now, now.
Yeah.